LSU and Coach O did something truly incredible on Saturday. They went into Tuscaloosa and they smashed up Nick Saban and the Tide in their house. There were over 101,000 people in that building for that game, and they witnessed an absolute beating. Yeah, and don't fall for the final score of 46-41. That was a 33-13 game at halftime. That was a beatdown. They were up by 20 on a team that had a 31-game winning streak at home. You don't do that to Nick Saban and Bama. Not in their house, you don't. But as Coach O said to his team at midfield after the game, quote, "This is our house from now on." The reason I'm telling you that is I'm going to roll the clip. It's not easy to make out, but that's exactly what he says. This is our house now.
Hey, we've been waiting for this moment, man. Let's go. Right here in the middle of the field. Let's bring it down. Tigers on three, baby. Because this is our house from now on.
Yes, sir.
Tigers on three. 1, 2, 3. Tigers! All right, here we go.
Sure as hell is your house. Hey, look, I don't want to read too much into one game, but if you go into Tuscaloosa and you put that kind of beat down on Nick Saban and his team, then it is your house. And it might as well be Joe Burrow's Heisman, because that was a monster performance. 457 total yards, 3 TDs, and an answer for everything that Alabama threw at him. And he was carried off the field by his teammates, and he deserved it. And while we're on the topic, how about some love for Clyde Edwards-Helaire? 20 carries, 103 yards, 3 TDs on the ground, 77 yards, and TD in the air, and he had the game-icing play on the ground. As defensive line coach Dennis Johnson said while walking off the field, quote, "It's a new day in the West. It's a new bleeping day in the West." He's not wrong either. Again, only one game. But that felt so much bigger than only one game. LSU didn't think they could win that game. LSU knew they could win that game. LSU knew they would win that game. They showed up with so much swagger and confidence, and then they backed it up in that dominant first half. And yeah, I know, Tide fans, I know you're going to want to point out that your QB was all banged up, that your team made mistakes, that the refs screwed up, and that you came back in the second half. Here's the truth. The last 2 times that Alabama has faced a good team, they've been hammered by that team. 44-16 to Clemson in the national title game, 46-41 at home Saturday night. That's 90 points in 2 games against 2 good teams. You know, with that vaunted Nick Saban defense. I'm not saying that Alabama's dead, but you can't tell me that they're still the juggernaut that they used to be, because they're not. And you certainly can't tell me they deserve a spot in the playoffs right now, because they don't. Not after getting hammered like that at home. You don't get wrecked like that at home and then say, yeah, well, we still deserve that spot because we're Bama. You don't. In fact, what you need is to take a seat right now. There may be a path back, but they're going to need a lot of help to get there. Saturday afternoon and into Saturday night was all about Coach O. How about that post-game interview?
Take 60 minutes. We know what it was like to watch, but what was this one like to coach?
You know what? It's a great game to be in, a great rivalry. I am so happy for the state of Louisiana and all the LSU fans and our football team and our coaching staff. They worked very hard for this victory. It's a much-deserved victory for our football team and our great state of Louisiana and our great university in LSU.
I've never seen a guy get a Gatorade bath and not even flinch. Like, it literally, not a figure of speech, it went right off his back, I think. He didn't even flinch. You think he won that game very much? You think Coach O didn't pour absolutely everything he had into ending LSU's 8-game losing streak to Alabama? You think he wanted to erase that 29-0 loss from last year? I'm not sure there's ever been a coach who wanted anything more than Coach O wanted that game. And even that was nothing compared to the speech from the locker room that one of his guys live streamed.
We're going to beat their ass in recruiting. We're going to beat their ass every time they see us.
How's that?
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Roll Tide, what you?
Yeah! Quote, we gonna beat their ass in recruiting. We're gonna beat their ass every time they see us. You understand that? Roll Tide. What? Bleep you. So awesome.
What?
Let me make this clear, too. Perfectly clear. If anyone from LSU apologizes for that speech, that apology is not accepted because there's nothing to apologize for. That was a tremendous win, an even better moment. If you beat Alabama in their house the way LSU just did, by just taking it to them, you absolutely can say, Roll Tide, bleep you.
Roll Tide, what? You?
Yeah, but USC didn't need this guy. USC didn't want this guy. Never mind that he wanted that gig badly. Nope. USC did not need or want a guy who just went into Tuscaloosa and kicked the dictator's ass up and down the field. Nice going, Trojans. That looks so horrible right now. Pat Hayden should have fired himself alongside Lane Kiffin on that tarmac in 2013. What a horrible decision that was, not making Eddie O your permanent guy. Am I right, Sark?
Get ready to fight on, baby. Let's go!
Am I right, Sark? Who happens to be the dictator's OC. I mean, what a surreal day for Ed.
This is our house from now on.
Yes, sir.
Tigers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tigers!
Go Tigers. Go Tigers. What an amazing win that was. Coach O. No coach has ever wanted anything as much as he wanted to win that game.